Carter Nelson.
Oh, boy.
Also from the Nebraska High School State Track Meet. I talked with Carter on Friday.
Carter Nelson, the top-ranked player in the state of Nebraska.
And I had he qualified for 4 events because their 4x1 team got in as a wild card as well.
Okay.
But he only did 1 event Friday, and this is him in the high jump. I caught this on my cell phone, and he missed at 6'6". So Carter Nelson attempted a 6'6", went at 6'4". He hurt his ankle, and he did 2 weeks ago, was running routes, kind of messing around, turned his ankle again, had the ankle injury in basketball. And I just think between it all, it just, was too much. And he had only high jumped one other time all year, and he stopped at 6'1". So this was the first time that he really tried to go high. And it was only the second time in his career he's lost a track meet, he said.
Yeah. So, watch it. People are watching right now. It doesn't have the explosion. When you see that, the first thing I thought was that's not the explosion. That's he's jumped 7.
He's running with a brick on his foot, pretty much.
Right, Sean. He's gone 7 foot. Okay. That he didn't get 6'6" there. So
yeah, anybody that's critical and say he didn't win, he's hurt. Like he's not healthy.
Oh, I'm not being critical. I'm just saying you see
and
he doesn't have his explosion.
So that was 6'4", right?
Okay, there's 6'4". He missed at 6'6".
He missed his first attempt at 6'4". That was his first attempt at 6'4".
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he missed. I taped 5 jumps, the 2 6'4s.
I'm sorry.
And the 3 6'6s, and he got 6'4" on his second attempt. And because he missed it on his first attempt, that cost him second place. Like the tiebreakers go, he got 4th. He was disappointed by it, but he'll get discus on Saturday.
Okay.
He'll get pole vault on Saturday, and then they'll run the relay. I mean, he's got a pretty good shot on the pole vault. He went 14-1, and he got a new pole. So, it'll be interesting to see how he does at pole vault.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see in a discus too with an ankle. I mean, because of the way you move in a discus, I wonder how that'll be.
And Alabama will be there, and I believe Auburn on Saturday. I originally thought they were going to be there today, Friday, but only Nebraska was there on Friday, and that was Ed Foley watching him down in the pit jump. Iowa head coach is there to watch the shot putters.
The Iowa head coach.
No, not the head coach. One of their assistant coaches, okay, Cade Pieper from Norfolk Catholic.
Yeah, fair.
Broke a record, and he was there to watch that.
A head coach can't be out.
No, they call that the Saban rule,
right? In
the spring, because when Saban used to go out in the spring, it would just be like a rock star going around, and it almost became impossible because you're not really supposed to talk to the kids during their spring,
right?
That's going to change. But in the spring, it's just the assistant coaches that go out.
Head coaches cannot go out. So what you uncovered today is Carter Nelson will take a trip to Nebraska on June 23rd. He's got a Georgia trip June 2nd and a Notre Dame trip June 9th. Georgia June 2nd, Notre Dame June 9th, Nebraska June 23rd. What did he say about any other trips? Officials.
I think those are the 3 right now, and he's potentially looking at some other ones. Alabama, Penn State, maybe Auburn. I mean, the teams and I think that's where you got to look at the teams that have actually come to Omaha to see him. I think that's what you got to go to first.
Or Ainsworth?
Or Ainsworth and Omaha, both.
Okay.
Yeah, to come to Nebraska to see him.
Okay.
Nebraska, Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, Tennessee, Ole Miss have all been here. Notre Dame has already seen him. Penn State on the radar. So I think that's the big thing is what teams this spring have been up to see him in person. And Penn State's one of them. Notre Dame's one of them. I don't know where Ole Miss is at, but the visit rule now, you can take unlimited visits after July 1. You can take up to 5 in June. So Nelson has got 3 locked in.
Yeah.
And ideally, he would have liked to make his decision before the season starts, but he goes, that could change. I mean, there is a chance that, maybe he delays it longer and we'll see kind of where that all goes. But
okay. That's a good update on Carter Nelson, Sean.
It's also notable, though, for him to take these visits, it's really hard just to even get out of Ainsworth. Like, I just want to trivia here. Where do you think he has to fly out of to go on official?
Well,
events?
would he fly out of like Sioux Falls?
So there's 3 options: Sioux Falls,
okay,
Grand Island,
okay,
or Omaha.
Yeah.
And when he goes to Georgia, they're going to have a car pick him up in Ainsworth at 5 a.m. to drive them to Omaha.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Really?
Because they can do that. It's part of the trip. And a car service will drive you and take you to the airport, and then you fly out of, Omaha airport. So you'll drive 4 or 5 hours just to take a 2-hour flight.
Yeah. Fascinating.
And I mean, that has to be part of the discussion, because anywhere you go besides Nebraska, it's going to be really, really hard for your family to see you play. Because
it's not real easy if you're in Nebraska.
I mean, both Jake and Sandy Nelson coach and teach at Ainsworth.
Right.
Jake Nelson coaches track, basketball, and football.
Well, yeah.
Sandy Nelson, or Sandy's a coach for volleyball and basketball as well, I believe. So I just think, for the family's sake, is he okay going somewhere where, they may only get down there once a year if they're lucky? Where at Nebraska, you could theoretically make almost all the home games,
but not easily. Still not easy.
Honestly, you would prefer an 11 a.m. game, because you could leave at like 6 a.m, make the game.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know where that ranks in there.
But is it a priority at all?
Right. I don't know that
for the Nelsons with the distance. Are they just like, you go where you're going to get developed to go to the NFL? And he did tell me that going to a place that has a winning program is a priority. So that does get your attention about Nebraska, because not a lot of winning's going on here.
Right.